Hola, hola. Today is a good day. Welcome one, welcome all. We're excited to have you here with us tonight. I think we got a couple of questions from some of the individuals admiring what we're doing, and they wanted to know exactly how are we doing what we're doing, especially in one location, right? And that location was how are we trading and teaching our trading classes. Well, we're supposed to reveal more and more of that as we go along. And one of the reasons why we wanted to take our time rolling out our trading program is because it is one of the sections for our financial machine operating system. And if you were tracking with us for a while, you would realize that that system entails 4 sections. The 4 sections for that particular product is a dividend portfolio, which we teach, and how we're evaluating our product lines for what we want to invest in, and how is it that our dividends are bringing in so much return on our level of investment. That's one sector of our very baseline pillow. Another sector within that pillow is velocity banking, which entails how are we partnering with credit unions all through the United States in order to gain access to capital. The other segment is our insurance segment, which is showing us how to access our insurance brokerage, leveraging the concept of infinite banking. And the last pillar, which is pretty much what we're going to talk about today, is our trading angle. Now, our trading angle is very special, primarily because our trading strategies are the learning component as to how and why we even embarked on trading is very interesting, in that my wife and I owned a medical clinic, and after 11 years and 2 kids later, we end up closing down the medical facility. And at that time, I had just about turned 50. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, are we going to have monies in our 60s and 65? And I was concerned. I was afraid that we would be in problems. And not saying anything bad about our journey, it's just that when you are a physician and you're making the 6-figure salary, sometimes life gets in the way, in that your lifestyle gets in the way. And I'm talking, and those of you that are physicians out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The big house, the Mercedes, the vacations. And after a while, you realize that the lifestyle that you created ballooned a lot bigger than what you had envisioned, right? And then when kids come along, you're looking at the private schools and the tutors and the swimming classes and the volleyball classes and the sports and the after. Right? So all I can say is that when you have those things going on, you want to give your kids the best. When you are writing the checks to all of these activities, even though you're making the 6-figure salary, it's an outlier to your pocketbook, which then means that you are living a lot of times paycheck to paycheck. And what we wanted to do was to reverse that. And we have. 2 months ago, we were able to replace my wife's income with our dividend portfolio. And now that dividend portfolio is picking up speed to whereby we are now seeing the returns from those efforts. And those efforts are wonderful to have. And it was great getting the knowledge in this space, not only from the advisors who I considered mentors, but from every step along the way where I had a question, I was able to reach out to somebody in order to find the answer. Now, one might think because I'm a CFO, I'm a specialist in accounting, and I certainly have a lot of knowledge base in the tax code here in the United States, and I ran businesses as CFO, CEO, COO. One would think that all of this would be wrapped up in a bow. And yes, you're highly educated. You got that bachelor's, we got the MBA, and I also have a doctoral in international business as well too. plus a concentration in finance on the MBA, one would think that all of these things would have come with that level of experience. I can share with you anything in this trading space, all of that was done outside of the regular institutions, and I had to find mentors to help me and guide me. Now, this trading process this wasn't easy, and to say the least. And what I try to do in my classes when I teach trading to my other students, we have simplified the process so that it's not too complicated. And we have refined the vocabulary that individuals don't have to hurdle over in order to fully understand the concepts that we are talking about. And what I'm going to do tonight is show you exactly what our process is like and share with you the strategies that we have out there. Now, for those of you who are visiting with us for the very first time tonight, you certainly can text in a question or raise your hand if you want to come on stage. But I know that this group of individuals, you guys are gun shy, and every week we see a consistent pattern of everybody coming, but you're just shy to come on stage. And I get it. But the journey for us is real. The solutions that we are providing for ourselves, we share them with others in our community. And our community is one of the best communities in order to fully grasp the different level of income streams that we would like to acquire in our family office. In essence, we can break these components up to multiple areas, to multiple challenges. But if you are going to be on this journey to become an investor / family office investor for your family, there's going to be so many skill sets that you're going to need to cover. And on top of that, there's going to be a network of people that you're going to have to leverage, especially if you don't have the specialty. What am I talking about? There's a legal service cost going into this space. There's an accounting cost going into this space. There's a tax specialty cost going into this space. There's an insurance cost going into this space. Now, the trick that I'm sharing with everybody in our group, if these costs are going to be with us forever, how do we build up a cachet that pays for those costs without it coming out of our pocket? Well, that's where we start out with our financial machine operating system first. And I've already explained the 4 sections of that. Today, we're simply going to look at the cash flow component of the first layer of our financial machine operating system, which is the foreign exchange sections. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So let me share this screen. This is it. Excellent. Now, this is what our software looks like. This software is called MetaTrader 5. This software is showcasing our currency, and our currencies tonight, this one is the New Zealand dollar. And if you look from top left, we call that our display 1. And if you look at the top rack, that goes right up to display 4. The bottom rack is display 5, and it goes right on up to display 8. Now, what do we do when we look at foreign currencies? Truth be told, our decision-making process in this space takes literally 5 minutes a night. But before I make any decisions in this space, I would very much love to share with you the journey of what our process looks like. So we would come here, and the first place that I would look, the very first place, and I know it looks busy, it looks like Vegas, and it looks complicated, and it does take some training. However, I would isolate one market and one market alone. This market is the euro dollar versus the New Zealand dollar. I would look at this in the 12-hour window. And what this is telling me, it's telling me 2 things. The first place my eyeballs go would be at the currency strength meter. You might say, well, DeVaughn, what in the world is a currency strength meter? Well, the currency strength meter is this indicator over here that I'm circling with my cursor. This indicator is highlighting one thing and two things really. It's indicating the strength of the currency in current time. And right now, the New Zealand dollar is the strongest currency out of all of the major 8 currencies that exist. And we have the New Zealand dollar, the Australian dollar, the European ruble, we have the Great British pound, we have the US dollar, we have the Canadian dollar, we have the Swiss franc, and we have the Japanese yen. So that's 8 currencies. The New Zealand dollar tonight is leading the stack. This is the first place our eye goes. Right now, this particular currency, which is Euro dollar versus the New Zealand dollar, is telling us that there's a sell on the Euro New Zealand dollar. Well, that's the first place. That gives us an idea of what we want to do. The second place our eyeballs goes is over here to the left. And we notice that the first 4 time zones here are indicating that in our H4 window, those candlesticks for that time frame is negative. In the H8 candlestick time frame, that time frame is negative. In the H12, that time frame is negative, as well as in the daily, that time frame is negative. Now we have a weekly candle that's positive and a monthly candle that's positive. That's the indication of our candle trend indicator. And this also gives me what some would call a top-down analysis as it relates to this market. Well, for us, this is our process of making a decision. So now we have 2 variables where our eyeballs go so that we can certainly see how to understand what we're doing and understand the direction of money. So right now, that's 2 things that already shared the very same information as to what we need to do. We know that the strength indicator is telling us that it's a sell, but that's not our primary indicator. We know that the candle trend indicator is telling us that money is leaving this market within 4 time zones. That's also telling us that price is falling. However, our primary indicator for trading in this space, and this is what my students have done for a long period of time, we now take our primary indicator from our linear regression channel, which is this red sloping channel with an upper slope, a middle line, and a lower band slope that tells us direction. I want to make my money in this channel. And in order for me to make my money in this channel, I would have to take a sell position, or I would have to sell this market short. And how do I do that? I swing right over here where my cursor is at this time, where the finger is pointing. That is the sell button. That's the button that we touch when we want to short a currency or sell a currency. In this case, we would be hitting the sell button for our currencies, so that this now is similar to all the other variables in making a decision for us to go short. So that's our primary indicator. And if I'm to look at the entire stack of New Zealand dollar, and what I mean by that, if I'm to look at all the currencies with the New Zealand dollar attached to it, we'd see that there are 7 of them. And let me put the 12-hour unit here so that all of them could come up in the 12-hour range. Okay. And based on what we have in New Zealand dollar, we have the Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar. We have the euro versus the New Zealand dollar. We have the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. We have the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Over here, we have the New Zealand dollar versus the Swiss franc. We have the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen, and we have the New Zealand dollar versus the United States dollar. This 8th column, we use this as a dummy account, primarily because we're only interested in the major 7 of all of the 8 currencies. And hence, for what we can tell on our radar, it seems to me that we would need to take hold of the New Zealand dollar, seeing that the strength of the New Zealand dollar is its strongest. So that would be one of the decisions that we would make in this space. And hence, I would actually take those positions right now live on the show. And let me show you how we are doing that. So I would actually hit a buy here. Boom. One decision is already made. I would hit a sell here. Boom. Another decision is made. I would hit a sell here. Boom. Another decision is made. I would hit a buy here. Boom. Another decision is made. I would hit a buy here. I would hit a buy here. And I would hit a buy here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now done for the night. That's it as it relates to our trading. And obviously, it's a little bit more in depth than that. But as a showcase of what we're doing in our classes, it's just that simple. And once you come to the class, you would be welcome into a community of loving individuals who would just simply enjoy your company, because now it gives us all a place that we can talk about investing and financing and all the other things that we're doing. And once you get into our trading community, you'd realize that our interest is way more than trading. However, we want to coin our family in such a way that we dictate the terms of how we want to engage in all of our family members coming to our classes, coming to our events, coming to everything that we can sponsor. And once we get into that space, then we're looking for a transformation, not only in you, but in everybody else around you. And that means everybody should be infected with the knowledge base that there's nothing out of reach, because our community can actually supply all our needs. And once you come into a community like that, you have no other choice but to be transformed. We're not looking for transformation in a transactional way. We're looking for transformation to see you evolve and develop into the investor of your dreams. That's what we're looking for. And if you're not looking for that, then maybe we're not a good fit for you. However, those that are interested in this type of community and want to know more, and just hungry for the knowledge and hungry in order to transform your lives, then we are it for you. Click that link below and purchase our course. I think we have a special going on it right now. And I think it requires a subscription of a monthly fee, which is also another discounted fee. All of the information is in the link below. So join us as we go forth in the space. And we welcome you to the body of MD Wealth Fortress. Thank you for listening to us tonight. I didn't see any questions in the chat earlier, and I didn't see anybody who wanted to come on stage tonight. However, our classes are lively. We do have classes Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday night, and we do have classes from Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And the classes that are Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, they're from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So there again, at no point in time, you're going to be out of touch with us, as we're constantly going over the information until everyone's able to digest it. And we all trade at a very similar time frame. So this isn't something where we hold your hand for a moment and then we let it go. No, we walk you through the process from start to finish. And we don't care where you are in your knowledge base of trading. We don't care. What we care about is you getting the transformation that you truly deserve, right? And you will be bonded with individuals in the same program that you're a part of. So welcome to this journey with us. There's a lot more that we can say, but we're going to end it right there for tonight, because we believe that if you are interested and want to invest in yourself and join us on this journey, you will. So click that link below and we'll see you on the inside. See you during our next session, where we'll have another webinar talking about a different topic. in our arsenal. And for the most part, you got to ask yourself, I've invested in mentors. And most recently, I've invested in 3 mentors in the Atlanta area for the multi-million-dollar roundtable. Now, I've invested in that because I wanted to see a transformation in myself. If you want to see a transformation in yourself and elevate higher, there's always a price tag. You got to decide what that price tag is for yourself. And if you're in pain and you're going to do absolutely nothing about it, then by all means, your determination to stay in pain is your choice. And that's certainly a choice that we all can make. But if you're going to make the alternative choice and make that investment yourself, then we think we're the best investment for you. So we'll see you on the inside. Welcome to our family.